Linda Mnisi is also with me, bolstering our coverage here at the Commission. Linda, a lot of expectations from today, and while it might seem to be one of the drier aspects, because we're really looking at some of these big players, your Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi and General Masemola, what we're going to hear today is a really important aspect in testimony and the story of governance and control in the SAPS.
Absolutely, Iman. It's going to help us understand who has what mandate, really. And if you remember the testimony of the National Police Commissioner, Fani Masemola, talking really about, the decision to then speak to the President about, or raise concerns to the President about the disbandment of the PKTT. The legal question there is, what could the President have done legally, given that we know that the role of the President is to appoint the National Commissioner, and the National Commissioner's mandate, as ascribed or prescribed by the Constitution, is to deal with the operation. So could the President have intervened in what would have been an operational matter, or could he have not? And some of these questions are raised based on the history of the PKTT. We know that the first task team was established around 2011 after the emergence of political killings, and in the run-up to the 2016 local government elections, we saw them emerge even higher and increase, and that led or triggered the Newzroom Commission, which then, amongst the recommendations that it made, was the establishment of an investigative, team that will look into these political killings. And in 2018, the President, seeing that, it seemed like these political killings or these politically motivated killings were getting worse, he then instituted an interministerial committee which consisted of the ministers in the Security and Justice cluster. That IMC was led by the police minister. Ultimately, in comes, the KZN top cop, Madlanga Mkhwanazi, who in 2018, Iman, was appointed as the acting provincial commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal. This IMC, tasked him with really going to investigate why the task team that was operating since 2011 was not, being effective and getting those convictions that it wanted. And he tells this commission that, what he found was the issue of the slow pace of arrests and the low rate of, prosecutions or even convictions. And this is when he came up with the strategy of a prosecutorial-led, investigation, which led to this current task team, which would then report to the National Commissioner, but also the National Commissioner would, of course, also report to the chairperson of the IMC, who ultimately would give the President a report. So the question is, what would the President have done to intervene legally in these issues of the disbandment of this particular task team? But also, the Commissioner himself was asked about why it is that he seemed to have wanted to comply with a decision that he deemed unlawful. Take a listen.
My interpretation as a person maybe was wrong to say maybe this is still part of a direction. Then I'll have a problem where he says it must be done immediately, which is the how part. He could have left that to the National Commission. But now, in this case, even where one doesn't know why, would you go as far as disbanding a team of this nature? Because for me, it flies in the face of Section 2053, where it says the police must, part of the function is to investigate crime. So if you stop the investigation of crime, I don't know now, what do you expect police to do?
So two questions emerged from this, Iman. What could the President have done legally? Did he have any, authority to come into, that decision and do something about it? But secondly, could he, and I'm talking about now the National Commissioner, could he have then, done things differently? Why did he seemingly want to comply with what he says was an unlawful decision?